Well, hello there everybody. uxwbill here once again, along with Bizzarefurhead and the Keykeeper. They're presently moving cars around. And just a little bit of an update on some of the stuff we've been working on, as well as a little bit more wiring in the garage. The Keykeeper's Bonneville lives again in a fashion. He tried swapping the pulleys, the one with the bad bearing for the one with the good bearing, while leaving that water block in place on the side of the engine, and it didn't work out because a number of plastic pieces got broken and started causing coolant to just leak all over the place like crazy. So he ended up having to swap the complete assembly. Now, in the process of doing so, he broke a vacuum line, and we're not totally sure what that vacuum line does, but the car no longer indicates any amount of boost when you get on it, and it doesn't act, although it could be psychological suggestion since the gauge is no longer present, it doesn't act like it's supercharged. So maybe there's some kind of a wastegate or something that was operated by vacuum pressure and now isn't being operated at all, and so the car has fallen into a fail-safe, not so supercharged condition. Anyway, Bizzarefurhead and I, who's right there, are getting ready as soon as the silver Buick comes along here. Oh, it's going over there. To do some more wiring in the garage. Now, we definitely made some headway on things yesterday, because I actually went ahead and put the front of the service panel back on. I am by no means done adding circuits to this thing. There will be a lot more circuits than this as we get outlets wired in, and I put the cabinet for the stereo system in and all that good stuff. There's going to be a lot more circuits here, but it's going to be a while before any of that stuff happens due to the ever-present concern of money. You know, you got to have money to pull all this stuff off. But for right now, as you can see, we've run a little more wiring. And we've actually started on our work to run wiring all the way over to the third garage door opener, which is what we're going to try to do today. Here's what Bizzarefurhead and I did get finished yesterday, and this has been on the list of things to do for quite a while. As you can see, he is so elegantly modeling it right there. What we did here, I wanted to put in another one of these courtesy outlet and LED light things. Now, the point of having these has been rendered somewhat moot by the fact that our garage door openers have their own built-in light that they turn on, and that light will come on not only when the door is open or closed, but if the door is open, it will also come on if someone breaks the safety sensor beam down there at the bottom. Someone was asking if those are hooked up, and yes, they most definitely are. We're not taking that kind of a chance around here. These doors are hooked up with their safety sensors properly wired. Yep, there you can see it stops for Furhead and it reverses. Although I'm not sure that any sensible entity, such as the Keykeeper, will stop for Furhead. So getting back on the topic, while it's not really as necessary as it was to have these, if someone were to come in through one of the side doors of the garage and therefore not turn on the courtesy lighting in the garage door openers, these little LED lights would certainly be handy. And I actually had to run a separate circuit for this one because I made a mistake in following my circuit logic. I thought, you know, I'm carrying a hot wire all the way over from the other three-way switch on the other wall, and I can just tap into that for my outlet. Well, no, I can't, because as the switches are operated, the actual hot wire, the one that's energized, changes. And of course, that won't work. So we ran a separate circuit down into here, put the light plate on, and then I have this little pigtail here, which is reserved for future use. There'll probably be another outlet here near this garage door. And then the plan is to put an outlet on the outside of the garage so that we can operate battery chargers and things like that. So that's pretty much everything there is to say about that. No. Now Furhead and I have to get busy installing the wiring for the third garage door opener.
I hope we're not going to be monkeying around.
No, I don't think so. And in our preparations to do that, we're going to have to move the ugly truckling out of here. So let me get that done, and we'll be right back thanks to the magic of video editing. All right, here we go, getting ready to make an exit. I know, I'm way, way, way too easily amused by this.
I just farted.
Here he goes, up into the ceiling. Hey, if he falls out of there, we'll have a video for America's Funniest Video Fatalities or something. Okay, folks, we had a casualty. Furhead's okay, but the Lazarus phone took a hit, and we don't know if this is going to be its last hurrah or not. So the Keykeeper, he's going to find out. He's going to put the battery in it, try to turn it on.
It's alive!
Holy crap, it is alive. Not any worse than it did.
It's not broke yet.
It still works. Nice. Unfortunately, all my helpers have left me, so that pretty much leaves me to my own devices. But Furhead got all this wiring run before he did leave, and so I went ahead and hooked up the outlet, and as you can see, the garage door opener's live, so let's see if it actually does what it says on the tin. Certainly appear that it does. And there's the old, cold, forgotten Buick. That one's a fair bit noisier than the rest of them. Of course, it might stand to reason, given that it's opening a door that's twice as wide as the other two. So I'll go ahead and put it back down here.